Sam Radwin, President and CEO of Enhanced International Technology over in China. Sam, don't we love it? All right, just pick up from where you left off as to the Beijing response to what has been happening on the ground there.
Well, the Chinese now are very confident of where they stand. And stark difference from where they were during the announcement of Liberation Day by Trump, where he introduced the tariffs. I was also in Beijing in April during that time. And think tanks and other parts of the government in China were very nervous about the impact of such a jolt to the relationship between the U.S. and China. But now they understand that they can get around it. Export numbers continue to be strong. So this time they came into this meeting feeling very, very confident and feeling like a peer, probably for the first time in a very long time. And that was a key observation there. The second point was, you can make an argument, or I can make an argument, basically, that the announcements made around Boeing and agriculture, etc., were already in the works, and maybe didn't need such a massive setting or a major meeting like this, right? So you're not going to hear anything earth-shattering here in the near future. There is no rush on the part of the Chinese. They're going to take their time, and this time they're going to work this out in such a way where they truly work out what's best for them.
Yeah, I mean, the only sort of tangible deliverables we have to work with now is this confirmation from China today that, in fact, they are going to purchase 200-odd Boeings. We don't know what kind of planes they're going to be. We don't know if there's going to be more than that because the market did want more. And then there's also this soybean commitment, which hopefully we see China sort of walk the walk rather than just talk the talk. But as you say, Sam, I mean, a lot of this is set in stone before the Trump-Xi summit. They just basically do a handshake on it. So you raise an interesting point there. As for the economics, I mean, you mentioned the exports, and that really continues to be sort of the last leg that China has left standing on right now, because we got some data out 2 days ago which did not look good. I mean, when you take a look at retail sales, it takes us back to December 2022, Sam. I mean, when zero COVID was just lifted and everybody got infected. I mean, what is that telling you? What are you seeing on the ground? I mean, is there a mismatch with the data to what's really happening there, or is it consistent?
No, you have to be on the ground, and this is crystal clear when you're on the ground in terms of consumer sentiment. Consumer sentiment is tepid at best and probably very bleak, in the worst case scenario, right? Two key factors that are weighing in on consumer sentiment. One is the real estate crisis. The other one is youth unemployment. They continue to be something that's not going to be fixed in the near term. If anything, the real estate crisis is something that we believe it's going to sort itself out in a decade or so, right? So the Chinese consumer understands very well that they're in this thing for the long haul. And then you add AI on top of that. Anecdotal data that we're gathering on AI is it's not having that trickle-down effect where it's, a major job creator. Right. So it is not surprising at all, the numbers that you're seeing on the consumer side once you peel the onion in terms of what you see here on the ground. And this is just the beginning. Right. We don't believe that this is something that's going to be a flash in the pan. If anything, this is going to be systemic.
Yeah, and it feels like China is in a similar boat to the US in some degrees. I mean, particularly when you think about this two-track economy, what is happening with the consumer and then what is happening in the stock market with all this AI exuberance right now. I know that Chinese shares had been rallying to an 11-year high going into the Trump-Xi meeting. And a lot of that has been based on technology. I mean, are you hearing anything on the ground as to whether authorities are concerned about speculation and bubbles over there?
They're very concerned in terms of two areas, right? Number one is the housing market, and they don't know what to do about it. The best they can do right now is to see to it that it's not talked about a lot. And yes, we do believe that the AI sector, if you look at the AI 50 index in China, is due for a correction. The general market is trading at 9 times earnings. while you've got these AI stocks trading at 50 times earnings. And as the situation in Iran or the energy crisis in place continues to play itself out, we believe that the valuations of these companies are going to continue to come down, similar to what they did around the COVID period, et cetera. Yeah.
One of the outcomes we are waiting for from this Trump-Xi summit is any Chinese confirmation about whether they are going to purchase the H200 chips from Nvidia, who's set to report just in the next hour. I don't know if you know the answer to this, Sam, but some of the conversations that I have with people who do business in China seem to have an opinion on whether China really needs the U.S. technology, or if it is in the business of wanting to protect its domestic homegrown chips. Now, if you ask a Wall Street analyst who probably hasn't set foot in China, they'd say, no, China needs the H200 chips. But if you ask the data center people who I'm talking to in China, they say, no, they don't need the H200 chips. They've got their own stuff. What are you hearing?
It's more the latter. It's definitely the latter, right? There's no question about it that despite the malaise that you're seeing in the economy here from a consumer side, China is really booming in the AI space. I'd add the biotech space in that arena as well. And they are definitely positioned in these two sectors to catch up with the U.S. in a big way. So I'd definitely be in the camp that's more in the latter, right? They don't really need it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously all about that self-sufficiency. Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure. We've completely run out of time. Really enjoyed chatting to you. Go get some shut-eye. Sam Radwin there, President, CEO, Enhance International.